I'm repotting the Syngonium, the Alocasia and the Philodendron. Hello guys and welcome back to the Cozy Jungle. Now in this video we're going to be repotting the 3 plants that I've been keeping in my clear shoe boxes. They've been in there for a while, I've been looking after them particularly well, and they have started to grow to a point where they need to be repotted. Now for context, the Philodendron verrucosum had some red mites. So I secluded it in one box on its own so that I could try and clear it out. And I'm pretty sure it has completely cleared out now. I've done the best that I can. What I'm going to do is take a quick note to make sure that it's all okay. If it's fine, it can finally come out of its box and it can be out in the open and we can start to see it grow in a slightly bigger pot. Now I've got these pots which are pretty much all the same size, which is going to be perfect for all of the plants that I've got. Now the other two are slightly different. I bought the Syngonium Mojito at a lovely plant shop that I got, which is fairly local. It's an amazing plant. I didn't particularly look after it very well. I was away on holiday and it almost died. Luckily it's back to life. It's got 3 beautiful leaves coming through and it's now at a point where it definitely needs to be repotted. Now the final one is the Alocasia. Now the Alocasia I got from some corms off of a big mother plant. Now I didn't think much of it. I've never worked with corms before, I've never tried to grow them, and I put them in a tiny little container, filled it with a bit of water, not enough to the point to drown it but just enough to collect a bit of moisture, and lo and behold it started to grow. And that was over a 4 to 6 week period really, and then eventually got to a point where I put them into moss, and now with all of that they're huge. The leaves are now to a point where they need to be secluded and grown in a different way. So let me take them all out, you can have a good look through and then we can start to look at repotting them. So if we have a look at the first one, this is the Philodendron verrucosum. It has been stuck in a smaller pot. You can see that some of the leaves really, if I bring myself in closer you can have a look. So the leaves aren't exactly rivetingly healthy, they are pretty much just about surviving, but they're at a point now where I feel like it's ready to be in a new pot so that I can try and get it to grow and it's going to be a lot healthier. So at the moment this is the outcome of the plant, we're going to work from this. Now this is the one that had the red mites, but from what I can tell is there's not a single bit left on them. Not a single part looks like it's going to be damaged, so it can finally come out. We're going to double check and it's all good to go. Now the next one is the Syngonium Mojito, which as you can see the leaves are absolutely amazing. We've got some new leaves that are coming through in the back, which is again even brilliant. We've got the variegations which are coming through quite high. This has grown to a much better position than what it was when I initially had it. It's a lot taller as well, so we're in a really good position to see this grow even more, and it's definitely ready for a new pot. So we're going to move this into a new one. And then finally we have the big daddy. This is the Alocasia corms at its fullest. All of them are brilliant. We've got a new leaf that started, a leaf that started to die off. We're going to clip that one off. We're going to put these into a new pot and get them to grow even more. These are all very, very healthy leaves and have grown very, very quickly. So they're definitely ready to be in their next pot. And as you can see just below, the root system is insanely good. So they are definitely ready to be in a new pot. So now that we have all 3, we are ready to put them into their respective pots. And then we're all done and dusted. Now, although we've got 2 Alocasias in this pot, but I'm going to put them in together whilst they're still growing and developing. I want them to do really, really well. So I'm going to keep them close together, allow them to grow, just have a little bit of space between the 2. Get them to bigger leaves and then I can repot them into a bigger pot separately for them to do really well. But for now, this is the position I think we're going to go for, and then we'll see how things go from there. Now what I'm going to do with these in terms of using the correct type of soil, I want to make sure that they don't have any root rot, so I'm going to look at making sure that there's enough drainage, which I know in all of these pots there's a really good amount of drainage holes, which is perfect. I'm also going to make sure that what we put in the soil is to allow a lot more drainage, so we're going to be using things like effectively it's clay granules that we're going to be putting into here, and then we've got some no nats that are going to be mixed in with this, and then we're actually going to use some of the soil that's already in the pots. I've got some other soil that we can use to then finalize everything, and then they are all good to be out in the open. We can finally let them out and see them grow a little bit more. So let's start off with the red mite disaster, and then we'll go from there. So we're going to put these to the side. So all we're going to do for this is take this out. Let's have a good look through. I did have a little stick to kind of help things over. We can check what's going on with this, see how healthy it is. It might not even be that healthy, but we're going to pop this out. Just be very gentle. Just give that a little bit of a shake off. And then we're just going to test for the roots. Now with the roots, you're gently just brushing along them to see if there's any kind of dampness. Some of them are going to naturally start to break off. We know that they're dead. We don't want to have them in because all that does is just create more damp and potential root rot. So just brushing along very gently, you'll see some that will start to naturally break off. But I think overall, these are all good. So the root system's fairly okay. It's not too bad at all. What we're going to do is put the rest of the soil back into here. We're going to add some of the clay granules into here, and then we're all done and dusted. But from what I can tell, like I said, I looked after this as best as I could. I cannot see for the life of me anything negative and no disaster red mite. So we're in for a winner. Now that's all good. Just going to clear up some of these little dead leaves that are on here, because we don't need them. Those are all good. Now there was actually one here. It's really, really tiny. You can barely tell. But actually, just close in, there is another small, I'd say, trunk. One that could potentially grow a new strand of a leaf. So hopefully if I keep that in the open, we might get some more growth other than just this one little section. So I'll keep an eye on that. But that's good news. So in come the granules. Those should be nice and straightforward. Just going to pop these in to begin with. They're going to be great for the overall drainage. Right, that's in there as well. Now for the next part. A tiny bit of this actually into the soil, and then we're going to mix that up. That's going to help to stop any potential risk of any fungus gnats hanging about. So that's all good there. So it's only a tiny little mix, and then all we're going to do is pour that over the top. We've got a good amount there. I'm going to give that a little tap through just to get some of the soil in. And then all we're going to do from that point is place that into the middle. We'll compress that down a little bit more. Okay, we've got some other bit of soil that we're going to mix in towards this as well, just to make sure that this is all okay. And then on top of that, we're actually going to put this stick back in just to make sure that we can keep this nice and upright, because the likelihood is with philodendrons, regardless of what type of breed it is going to climb. So we want to make sure we get this to climb up something. Now we're only looking for it to be propped up initially whilst we get this to grow, and then we'll be good from there. So we're just going to press this down a little bit more, make sure that that's all okay. Let's add a little bit more soil. And then finally, just to make sure this is all going to stand up, I've got a little bit of some string that I can tie around it just to make sure that it stays nice and upright against this small little attachment. So let's find the right spot for this. There we have it. That's now set up. As you can see, it's all ready to go. It's in its respective pot. We should see that start to grow, hopefully particularly well. We're going to leave it out, give it a good water, and then leave it to do its thing. But that's now all set up, ready to go. Now, a few things to note with a philodendron. Again, regardless of whether or not that it's a certain type, philodendrons love to climb up. So at some point, we're going to need to get it a moss pole. Now, at some stage, we're going to start to see some nodes that are going to be poking through. The leaves will face a particular direction, and they'll eventually climb. Some of them can happily just trail along, which is absolutely fine as well. But if you want the leaves to start to really gain some size and see some more growth, you're better off getting it to climb up. Now, it does like a bit of humidity, so it's a standard mix between what you would typically have in a normal household, so that's something to bear in mind. And then in terms of the sunlight, it loves indirect sunlight. It wants to be near the sun, but not too much, or else you get the leaves burning, which is what's been happening here. Now, initially it wasn't in the sun during the winter, it had just about enough, but over time, because it's been so close in the window, it's gotten too much and it started to burn. So we know that next time round, I'm going to move this a bit further away and it's going to grow and be healthier and stop this burning from happening. So we've got an idea in terms of the sunlight, we've got an idea of terms of the humidity, and that it's going to potentially need a moss pole in the future as it starts to grow. The only other real things really, which is what we've got here, is the soil mix and making sure that there's enough drainage for the water. Now in terms of watering it, it's the standard setup. We want to make sure that you're watering probably once a week during the summer, maybe a little bit more, but it doesn't need to be damp. It doesn't need to have a lot of moisture in the soil. So effectively, once it gets to about 50% through and it feels like it's dry, you chuck a bit of water in and you leave it to do its thing. You don't have to let it completely dry out, but it can survive a little bit longer if you forget to water it. But as a rule of thumb, when it gets to about 50% through to the soil and it's now dry, you're ready to fill it up with some more water. Okay, so now that that's done, we can move on to the Syngonium mojito. So this Syngonium is now going to be going into its new pot, which will be in this one here, and we're following the same process. So we're going to put some more of those clay granules, then we're going to put some soil on top of that, and then this is just going to sit straight in. Now, although it's such a large pot compared to the two, what I'm going to do is actually put more granules than anything else and then top it up with a little bit more soil, just so I make sure that it's got enough drainage, and as time goes on I can remove some of those granules and we can start to get it to grow into its pot. But this grows very, very quickly, and some Syngoniums can actually climb over time. They need to mature a little bit more before they do so, but it's something to note. I'll give you some more info on it once we finish repotting, and then we can move on to the final one, being the Alocasias. Okay, I'm going to bring this over very gently without getting mud all over the bed, but as you can see, the root system is insanely good. So we know that it's definitely ready for a new pot, and it is very, very healthy. So all I'm going to do now is just place this in the center and we're all good. But it's very, very healthy. The root systems look really, really good. Okay, there we have it. The next one is now done and dusted. So as you can see here, we've now got the full setup. We've got the plant in the respective position, and eventually once this matures a little bit more, we're going to get it to climb up. I'm going to get a little moss pole similar to what I've just done with the philodendron here, and then get it to slightly climb up in a slightly healthier way. But there we go. So we've done two, and now we've got the final one to go, which is going to sit into the final pot here. Now, I might end up splitting these up together, but let's test this out and see how we go. Now, I'm doing this slightly differently. We're actually going to be putting more moss than anything else and mixing it with the clay granules, so I can get it to climb a little bit more in a different way. So I'm going to put some of this in first. So that's all done and dusted, and then we're going to try and gently take these out. Fingers crossed it's a nice easy one there. So you're in perfect square, and as you can see, the root systems are insanely good. So all we're going to do here is just gently start to loosen these up. I can't believe it, look how long these are. I'm being very careful, I don't want to break any of the roots that are coming through here. They're so unbelievably healthy. Do you know what? They're going to have to go into different pots. That is outrageous. Look at the difference between the two. That is insane. I wasn't expecting the root system to be that healthy. So I am going to have to break these up. I'm going to put one into here and then one in the slightly smaller pot that I've got next to me. And then all I'm going to do actually is put them straight through with this mix of clay granules, and then I'm just going to get it to grow within that same position. That is absolutely insane. I was not expecting it to be that healthy. Okay, now that is one done. That's perfect. I'm liking the look of that. That looks really, really good. So we've got the clay granules in there. So all we're going to do now is leave that to do its thing, and let's get this final one into the slightly smaller pot for the meantime, and then we can get it to grow from there. Okay, and there we go. There's the final one in its place, ready to go for another healthy mix. So we've repotted the Alocasia odora. Now we put them into two separate pots, but something as a way of maintenance and care for these. Alocasias can be really, really difficult to look after. They're notorious for being divas. So we want to make sure that they are well looked after. They need a humidity of around 60% or more. So you need to really look after these and look after the humidity if you want it to do well. They like some indirect sunlight, just like the other two that we've got here. And we need to make sure that they're watered quite thoroughly. They do contain a little bit more moisture throughout most of the time. So having it in a bed of water or just slightly moist throughout the season is going to do really, really well. So it's worthwhile making sure that these stay very hydrated, but not damp to a point that they collect a lot of moisture and then eventually we get root rot, which is what I've experienced before in the past. So good thing to note with these. So we've done everything. We've repotted the Philodendron verrucosum, we've repotted the Syngonium mojito, and then our Alocasias odora, and they're going to be, or effectively the elephant leaf, they are now split up into two pots. So we have all of our plants ready to now grow for their respective season in the summer. I'm really happy with all of them. I'm going to keep an eye on this one here because I'm not quite sure what's going to happen, but I know these three are going to do extremely well. They're going to turn out very beautiful, and I know they're going to grow very quickly. As we know, there's already a new leaf coming through onto this one here, a new leaf coming through to this one, and one that's already started to come out here. So we're looking for some great results over this summer. So once again, thank you very much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and let's get the Cozy Jungle into as many homes as we can.